We have all had that moment, standing in front of the mirror, staring at our own reflection, and wondering what exactly we are doing with our lives. It is a quiet, heavy feeling of being completely stuck. Psychologists call this state analysis paralysis. Your brain becomes so overwhelmed by the sheer volume of choices and potential mistakes that it simply shuts down, trapping you in a continuous feedback loop of self-doubt. In this frozen state, human nature defaults to a passive waiting game. We subconsciously hope for some external savior to intervene, a mentor, a lucky break, or an invisible permission slip telling us we are finally allowed to make a move. The world outside that mirror does not wait. It is loud, fast, and constantly demands that we have everything perfectly figured out by yesterday. This massive gap between internal paralysis and external pressure breeds serious cognitive friction. Symptoms like imposter syndrome creep in, convincing you that you lack the qualifications to take even the very first step. Remaining in this mental loop guarantees failure. The external validation you are waiting for will never arrive. To break the cycle, the intervention must be self-generated. Imagine your reflection suddenly snaps back, stares you dead in the eye, and says, "Enough. Are you going to live for others or do something for yourself?" This shift from first person to second person is a documented psychological mechanism called distancing self-talk. When you switch your internal monologue from I to you, your cognition visibly changes. This diagram shows why. Using I traps you in the amygdala, your fear center. The moment you use you, activity shifts to the prefrontal cortex, responsible for logic. Treating yourself externally strips away dread, allowing the prefrontal cortex to drive objective, fearless advice. Elite athletes, public speakers, and high-stakes negotiators actively use this linguistic shift. They talk to themselves in the third person to neutralize extreme pressure. That assertive mirror version yelling at you is a scientifically validated tool you can use to hack your brain and shatter emotional paralysis. Once the mental block breaks, the physical transformation follows. You straighten your posture, fix your hair, and put on a smile. This triggers the action-emotion feedback loop. Deliberate physical adjustments actually signal the brain to release dopamine and assert a feeling of dominance. Your biology rapidly catches up to the pose. Pop culture provides a clear example of this dynamic through the alter ego. When Beyoncé felt nervous early in her career, she built Sasha Fierce, a completely separate, highly assertive persona she could physically step into. Creating this character acts as a psychological shield. In blindingly bright, high-pressure environments, the vulnerable inner self remains safely protected, while the fearless alter ego takes the hit. Confidence is an active physiological state that you deliberately trigger through your physical actions and the persona you choose to wear. You have hacked your brain, adopted the persona, and you are finally executing the confident walkout into the real world. And then, almost immediately, you trip right over your own feet. Highly edited internet montages condition us to believe that finding confidence results in flawless execution. That expectation is completely divorced from reality. That stumble serves a critical psychological function. It acts as a real-world stress test for your newly formed alter ego, proving to your nervous system that a sudden failure is survivable. Catching your balance and laughing it off actively rewires your brain. You stop viewing mistakes as a humiliating defeat and start treating them as useful data. You stand back up, adjust your outfit, and keep walking. You do it knowing that you require no one's permission to recover from the misstep. True confidence means giving yourself the permission to be the hero of your own messy, imperfect journey. The cycle of doubt ends right where it began, in the mirror. But now, you finally understand the reflection looking back at you.